Hi, I'm Nuria Kearns and you're watching Property Box Weekly News. Last week, the government unveiled a number of measures in the budget which have implications for residential property, including a new Help to Buy ISA for first-time buyers. Under the new scheme, which launches this autumn, you can save up to £200 each month, and the government will add 25% on top. There is the option to get started with an initial £1,000, which will have £250 added on top. You can get a Help to Buy ISA at any of the high street banks and building societies. They will be responsible for setting the rates. The Chancellor also announced plans for 20 new housing zones in the Midlands and the South West. They include Gloucester, Gedling, Derby and Ashchurch. Whilst the budget looked positive for young people trying to get on the ladder, things like the Help to Buy initiative will not make a big enough impact to disrupt the rental market. Managing Director of Tigrant and LEA explained the following. Looking at the budget as a property investor, the single most important factor is that there will be continued growth in the rental sector. New ideas like Help to Buy are catchy, but they are a drop in the ocean, and they are aimed at boosting the house building market, not home ownership. So if you want to invest, then you should do so in the knowledge that demand will continue to grow. Do you agree? How are you taking advantage of the rental market conditions? Leave us a comment below. The government intends to introduce a legislation that would make it illegal for landlords to stop their tenants from letting out rooms or from advertising their rented homes on sites such as Airbnb. There are a number of critical questions that remain unanswered. Who will be responsible for a property if the tenant subletting leaves the house, but the tenant they are subletting to stays? How will this affect landlord insurance policies? And who is responsible when things like HMO laws are broken without the landlord's knowledge? Alan Ward, the chairman of RLA, stated that it was difficult to see landlords supporting it. This is a major change that could fundamentally affect the rental sector. What's your opinion? Let us know. Major hubs such as Liverpool and Manchester are currently suffering from a lack of office space. For example, Manchester had 2.91 million square feet in 2012, and this dropped to 2.33 million last year, which is a drop of 25%. Fortunately, investor activity in the northwest has begun to grow, boosted by lower costs and high cash flow due to the demand. Any commercial property investor would be foolish to miss out. Are you investing in the north? Comment below. Typical cost of a 2-year fixed-rate loan for borrowers with a 40% deposit is now 1.99%. Rates have been steadily falling since the second half of last year, and the trend is showing no sign of slowing down. On Tuesday, Halifax announced it was cutting rates on the loans by 0.15% to leave them starting at 1.99%. Investors who take advantage of the record low rates could save thousands a year on mortgage repayments, increasing cash flow. The French government wants to cap rents at 20% in 28 cities, but critics have claimed that caps limit the returns, which logically also limits reinvestment. Property unions have marched in protest over potential rental caps, arguing that any cap could destabilize markets and deter investment. The EC published a review that suggested that distortions caused by regulations, such as rent controls, taxation and subsidies, are found to limit the responsiveness of supply and may tend to hinder a fluid and transparent market development. Attempts by the French government to impose these laws will only increase the movement of money out of the country, as French investors look to less regulated property markets. Are you investing in France? How will this affect your cash flow? As always, comment below. In South Africa, there are reports that there is increasing interest in homes in areas of Cape Town which have not traditionally been seen as holiday destinations, such as Constantia and Bishopscourt. This is because holiday makers are looking for a different holiday experience in Cape Town. Apart from the usual villas that are bought and set up for short-term rentals, there is also a growing trend towards local residents letting out their homes for 3 to 4 weeks, thereby financing their own holidays. Do you invest in Cape Town? Comment below. In Tigrant and LEA news, our CEO Anthony Humpage was interviewed on Street.com about how freelancers can survive and even thrive in the 1099 economy.
Why don't you talk about the real estate option? You're talking about maybe buying and renting a home as opposed to buying and flipping, which is what got a lot of people into trouble during the real estate boom.
That's right. We're all about generating cash flow. When I talk about financial independence, that means generating enough cash flow to pay your bills. That's really what financial freedom is, Greg. Not having to worry about your JOB. So we have several programs that'll teach people how to get into the real estate market to generate passive income, cash flow that they earn even if they decide to keep their job.
To watch the whole interview, click on this link. And if you are interested in investing in property, come to one of our free 2-hour workshops which are held globally. You can find all the information you need in the description below. That's all from me. See you next week. Thank you, Dimitri. Blah, 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 blah. It would be foolish to miss out. Miss out. Pause. Lower costs and and by square feet, I mean square feet. Could destabilize. I can't say that.
Hi.
Current market development. This is like really difficult to say. I should have said caps. Caps limit the returns.